We start tonight with the end of an era on the horizon for Expo New Mexico. City and state leaders announced today they are ready to redevelop that expansive piece of land right in the center of Albuquerque.
And they say they already have a lot of ideas as to how to better utilize all that acreage. Griffin Rushton joins us live from the state fairgrounds tonight, where things are, as you can guess, pretty quiet, at least now they are. Griffin.
Yeah, they sure are, Trevor, and that's part of the reason why city and state leaders want to build something new here, something more beneficial for the nearby neighborhoods. Now, they know the state fair and all the other big events that happen here at Expo New Mexico do bring a lot of energy to this part of town, but only for a few days at a time. This place is practically empty most other days, and state leaders know there is a lot more economic potential packed inside this rather hefty piece of real estate.
This is the center of Albuquerque. The center of Albuquerque deserves a refresh and a restart. That's what you do.
And Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says the state is ready to hit that restart button.
It is my hope and desire that this becomes a re-energized effort to modernize, to improve, to create opportunity in a much bigger area than just the state expo or state fair property itself.
The governor says the state will release a bid on Wednesday, asking developers to submit their ideas for how to redevelop the 236-acre piece of state land nestled between some of Albuquerque's oldest and most overlooked neighborhoods.
This area is in serious need of a jolt of energy. Folks have been asking and clamoring for something different, a different vision for this space.
And there's already a lot of ideas on the table.
Imagine we have a new stadium or an investment for an entertainment space.
It's green space, it's bike trails.
And I also wish for a grocery store and a pharmacy.
We need the ability of people to feel like they can live here.
And that's why affordable housing is at the top of everyone's list.
This is an opportunity to meet the housing needs of a very diverse group of homeowners who have been waiting far too long for the state to be able to think about a vision.
But hold up. What about the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino, which occupies roughly a quarter of the state fairgrounds?
There is a long-term lease that is not expiring in the next 2 years, 4 or 6. So for now, I would expect that the Racino stays for a large amount of time.
And what about the New Mexico State Fair?
Those of you who have attended the fair, you recognize that we have outgrown the facilities and the property here.
I met personally with many of the 4-H and ag groups who are really ready for a restart and a refresh.
The governor says she wants to see real movement on this by the end of the legislative session in March. And these elected leaders are optimistic.
There's skin in the game for all of us, so we might actually be able to do this instead of just a wonderful study that we could never deliver on.
Now, before you ask, the governor did confirm the 2025 State Fair will still go on here at Expo New Mexico, but it's hard to say if that might be the last one at this location. The governor and other state leaders say there's already conversations happening about where a new state fairgrounds could go. Now, the governor did say they already decided that it needs to be somewhere near the center of the state, but she suggested that does not automatically mean it has to go in Albuquerque.
Imagine, if you will, that Valencia County could offer up some interesting proposals, that the South Valley right here in Bernalillo County ought to think about where would a new developed platform and space be. Maybe Torrance County, maybe Edgewood and Santa Fe, where we are looking at I-25 and I-40 corridors that allow New Mexicans who already use that mode of transportation to come and stay at the fair.
Again, these are all just ideas right now. It seems the governor wants state lawmakers and the State Fair Commission to really be leading those conversations. But again, don't expect any final decisions on this anytime soon.